The average height of a giraffe is 6 to 8 meters. Can weigh more than a ton. Strong limbs can kick a lion to death. Even the king of beasts would not dare to recruit it easily. Unless it's green eyes from hunger. Lions will risk preying on giraffes. For hunting success, lions must work together and cooperate tacitly. However, giraffes are faster and more durable than lions. This battle of the who wins and who loses, let us wait and see. Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. This program lets us walk into the desert Gobi together. Experience the thrilling natural legend. Dark clouds cover the sky, thunder pierces the ears. Lightning bolts tear apart the sea of clouds like dragon claws. This is a rare and magnificent spectacle in the Gobi Desert. God wields the Lurutic whip, just laying the groundwork for the next downpour. After 10 months of drought, millions of tons of precipitation poured down in an hour. Torrent wrapped in sand. The 100-meter waterfall hangs on the cliff. The rain that just fell, stored in fat stems by cacti. Its leaves mutate into spikes. Prevents moisture loss. Resistant to grazing by herbivores. Almost all plants in this desert have thorns. What's even more weird is that some spikes are covered with body parts. After the animals were killed, wear it on spikes and let it dry slowly. Like Europe taught steaks during the war. Wear prisoners like sausages and torture them to death. This horrific punishment was not man-made. It's the killer from this desert. Although it looks like a sparrow, it is small in size. It's the shrike known as the butcher of birds. The shrike is ferocious and dreamy by nature, good at hunting small mammals, birds, and lizards. There are two advantages to hanging prey: to prevent scavengers on the ground from scrambling. Second, it is like a storage room. It can be air-dried and stored. Although it looks a bit rash. But its baby birds are safe from starvation. Eat and take as you go, happy cooking. When the scorching sun, the wind and the sand join hands to revel. Blinding sandstorm. To survive in this harsh environment, you must have tenacious vitality. Namib Desert in Southwest Africa is the oldest desert in the world. Drought has been going on for tens of millions of years. Life is hard for a predator. Lions are one of very few species that can tolerate such conditions. Food and water. Finally came across a herd of oryx. The lion is in conflict. It specializes in ambushes. But there is no cover for concealment around. Straightforward culling has no chance of winning. But it can only bite the bullet. As expected, the eland protects the cub and escapes smoothly. Lions waste precious energy. Every time it fails, it gets closer to starvation. You know, this desert is bigger than Switzerland. To find food in this sea of death, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. This pride of lions treks 161 kilometers in 3 days. But I didn't even find a hare. Just when they are on the verge of despair, suddenly on a dry riverbed, spot a giraffe eating. Lion prides rarely attack such difficult prey, because the risk is too great. Maybe if you get kicked, you will either die or be injured. But now they are exhausted. I can only fight to the death. Lions launch a chase. Giraffe struggles to escape with long legs. For a time, rolled up yellow sand bursts. A giraffe runs 1 step to a lion 5 steps. The lion has to pick up his stride to keep up with him. 2 lions are in charge of chasing after. Other lions outflank. Cut off the giraffe's escape route. Lions deliberately drive their prey to the ambush site. The leading lioness is just ahead, waiting for the deer. At this moment, it's his turn to attack. It leaps at the giraffe's vitals. As a result, not only did it not bite its neck, also got a few kicks firmly. Long legs are good, both beautiful and practical. Can save lives at critical moments. The lion suffered setbacks one after another, and predation became more and more difficult. Only tenacity is their bargaining chip for survival. Soil without vegetation. Thin soil quickly turns to dust and is blown away by the wind. This barren land is at the mercy of Mother Nature. She holds a wind knife in her hand and lets her imagination run wild. Carve the mounds into strange and extraordinary works of art. The Kalahari Desert is so poor, only a very few organisms can adapt. Water is the foundation of survival. The herd of zebras keeps moving forward with the smell of rainwater in the distance. Migration ranks grow in size as drought intensifies. Elephants are also among them. The elephant baby was born not long ago and couldn't even stand upright. This journey is destined to be a test for it. After all the hardships and dangers, the animals finally arrived at their destination. This precious puddle will keep them alive. Elephant baby survives the test. The more chance it has of surviving. Water is the hope of living. But there is also a deadly danger. Lack of water and food in the heart of the desert. Rarely will predators show up. So sand chickens made their home here. Chicks have hatched. Although safe, but away from the water. Sand chicken mother shields her children from the scorching sun. The only hope rests on Papa Sand Chicken. Every morning, they make a round trip of nearly 200 kilometers. Bring water back for wife and children. They gather in groups at puddles. Take time to fill your stomach. And then go into the water. This move is not to cool down the heat. But their belly feathers are highly evolved. Can absorb a lot of water like a sponge. But the storage process takes time. This puts them in danger. A goshawk made a surprise attack. Startled the prey and fled. The hunting process is full of chicken feathers. Although this one was empty, goshawk did not panic at all. This puddle is the lifeblood of sand chickens. As long as the goshawk stays here, it will not worry about eating and drinking. Day after day, year after year, sand chicken fathers are risking their lives to fetch water. Let the natural enemies choose the size, fat and thin. Once sand chicken daddy is buried in the belly of the eagle. Its wife and children are tantamount to a desperate situation. The father of the sand chicken who escaped by chance has already stored water and is ready to go. This water is 1/4 of its body weight. Although there will be losses on the way back. But the vast majority will survive. Finally home, just in time. Chick dives headlong into daddy's feathers. Enjoying the sweet fountain of life. That's what dad paid for it with his life. Survive the next 2 months before it can fully fledged. Fly alone to that attraction. An extremely dangerous puddle. Let's turn our attention to the American West. The desert here has reached the hottest time of the year. Groups of American wild horses gathered by the only remaining pond. Water is not only for drinking. You can also use this to gain the right. If a stallion could control drinking rights, then it will win the mating rights of all the mares in the herd. This white horse wants to drive away all competitors. Dominate the harem. Unexpectedly, an uninvited guest came quietly. The black horse forded 16 kilometers. Come to this only source of water. Behind it, wives and concubines in groups. Have to rely on it to get water. If it can't do it, the wives and concubines will change hands. So it has no way out and must choose to fight. It slowly approaches the opponent. The moment black and white touch. The battle has already begun. White horses are good at rear kicks. The black horse pounced on it and bit it with its mouth. Both sides are close to each other, trying their best. Straight into the dark, yellow sand everywhere. For a while it was hard to tell Bo Shen. It went on like this for several rounds. The black horse successfully evades a rear kick from the white horse. It also lost due to exhaustion. The dark horse suddenly emerged and won the victory. It firmly controls the right to drinking water. Also successfully incorporated the opponent's harem group. The cruelty of the desert lies not only in the scarcity of water. More cruel roasting brought by the scorching sun. Jet solar storm. Forced upon the Earth on a gigantic scale. Earth's highest temperature record. All appear in the desert. As the greenhouse effect intensifies, The desert tyrant card is also constantly sieging the city. More than 100,000 square kilometers of grassland and farmland each year, swallowed by the desert. Hottest time of day. Sand surface temperature up to 71 degrees CC. Can't stand most creatures. Humans can't stand here. But the shovel-kissed lizard stands proudly on the dunes. When it comes to avoiding the heat, it has its own tricks. Because the temperature of the gravel is too high, it is very hot to the feet. It takes turns picking up the limbs. This briefly lowers the temperature. Not to be cooked. The reason for choosing the diagonal front and rear legs. Mainly for balance. Even this heat-resistant desert dancer. Also run away when unbearable. Also because of the high temperature. Desert animals have their own rhythm of life. Nocturnal is the best solution. When night falls over the desert, animals appear one after another. And there must be a predator. There is a predator that is very mysterious. It rarely occurs on sand dunes. But the movement of the sand gave away its whereabouts. It sneaks in the sand like a fish swims in water. Wait for it to show its head, take a look. It was a golden retriever. Like a fluffy ball of fat. Its eyesight has deteriorated severely. The main reason is that there is nothing to see under the sand. Replaced by an extremely acute sense of hearing and touch. Wide head catches vibrations. Accurately locate prey on dune surfaces. Even with termite activity on the dunes. It can't see. So I had to switch to stealth mode. By sensing the faint vibration, it can precisely find and eat termites. It's dubbed the desert shark. It seems quite reasonable. Food is so scarce. Desert dwellers have no right to be picky. This Middle Eastern sharp-eared bat is hunting. Will rely on sonar to hunt flying insects in the air. Flying insects, however, are rare in the desert. The sharp-eared bat can only be forced to change the recipe. It had to search for prey on the ground. This Israeli golden scorpion is its favorite delicacy. But it's poisonous enough to kill a grown man. The advantage of sharp-eared bats is not obvious. Its ears are long and big. Can spot prey in the dark of night. Scorpio certainly won't sit idly by. Powerful twin pincers, plus a poisonous thorn. It is a powerful weapon against natural enemies. The poisonous stinger wolf stabs the head of the predator. The other party shivered in pain. Even so, the natural enemy refused to let go. The two sides have fought in this desert for thousands of years. Spike-eared bats have become immune to the venom. The golden scorpion was eventually torn to pieces under its bite. The Namib Desert is the only seaside desert on Earth. Sitting on the Atlantic Ocean but extremely dry. But every morning, the moisture from the Atlantic Ocean will cover the desert in the form of mist. This precious water vapor does not form rain. Will soon disappear under the scorching sun. Some desert animals evolve extraordinary strategies. Take full advantage of a godsend. Blooming beetle running wildly on the sand dunes. To absorb moisture before the mist disappears. Some of the dunes in the Namib are as high as 300 meters. These beetles are going to climb to the very top. It is harder than humans to climb Mount Everest. Wait until you arrive at the scheduled location. They lift their butts and bow their heads. Straighten your body, facing the wind. Beetles turn into giant condensation nuclei. The mist begins to beat up on it. Slowly, small drops of water converge into drops. Flows down the groove of the neck to the mouth. For this meal, it needs to drink water equivalent to 40% of its body weight. With this water-making skill, it has survived in the driest place on Earth. A similar approach is used by the rudimentary gecko. These masters of water mist capture have their own magical powers. Desert chameleons can't make their own water, but it's lying in wait for the beetle's path. Just eat these, water engineers. Enough water and meat. Some deserts are so poor that there seems to be no grass. But as long as there is a rain from the sky, be full of vitality. The desert becomes an oasis in a short time. Will breed a massive army of locusts. Madagascar drier as it goes south. But it ushered in the heaviest rainfall in years. An army of locusts emerged overnight, chasing the scent of new shoots. Stride forward. Wherever you go, the vegetation dies. Hundreds of locusts frantically hunt for food on a plant, until the last bit of green is eaten. Have plenty of food. Locusts grow 3 times faster. When the appetite is strongest, locust grows wings. From army to air force. Mobility and speed greatly enhanced. Once in the air, the worm can fly nearly 100 kilometers per day. Such a large army, spread over 500 square kilometers. Billions. Thick like a dark cloud. Where they swept. All plants face catastrophe. When the locust army crosses the border, the world will be in a mess. Natural disasters are often caused by man-made disasters. The past year has been full of disasters. Extreme weather is becoming more frequent. Fire, flood, disaster. Extreme heat of 48 degrees Celsius even appeared in the Arctic. Human beings are highly civilized, vulnerable to natural disasters. Chauro waited until the house was destroyed. Everything will be regretted.